Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a switch statement lesson, teaching you how to do a switch statement. Here is kind of the definition and how you would use a switch statement. Switch statement executes statements based on the value of a variable or an expression. So oftentimes if, else if, else if, else if statements turn into switch statements, because if you are just able to jump to one of these possible answers, then it really helps kind of speed up the pace if you change them into switch statements. So in the scenario, if you did listing 3.5 compute taxes, it was an if the user plugs in 0, they're a single filer, else if 1, they're married and filing jointly, else if 2, they're married and filing separately, else if 3, head of household, else defaults, which else invalid status. So instead, with the switch statement, you're going to plug in switch the variable that you're going to be checking, and if that variable is 0, you're going to do this, then have a break. If it's this, you're going to have a break. If this, you're going to have a break. If this, you're going to have a break. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to create a day of the week switch statement. It might be one of the problems in the chapter, but I'm just going to go ahead and you're going to decipher the switch statement and whether you are what day of the week. So I'm going to open up chapter 3, and this is just going to be called switch statement. Import java.util.scanner new scanner, scanner input equals new scanner .in. Okay, so we have our scanner. We're going to prompt the user to enter the day of the week by number, starting with Monday as 1, Sunday as 7. Okay. So if you were talking about the work week, Monday would be the first day of the work week, so that's going to be 1. Sunday is 7. So we're going to ask the user to input that, and input, int day equals input dot next int. I thought it was going to auto populate that for me. Next int. Okay. So normally we would do if day equals 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, or if day equals 1, system.out.print line Monday, the day is Monday and it is a weekday. Okay, something like that, and then you do else if day 2, the day is Tuesday, it is a weekday, else if, else if, else if. But now we are going to instead do a switch statement. So we're going to do switch day. Okay, and then we're going to, let's see, case 1. Now this one starts with 0, but it just depends on what you want to start with. Since we're inputting it, it can be really anything that you want it to be. So starting with 1 is absolutely fine. So here, in case 1, colon, and then we do our command. So system.out.print line the day of the week is Monday. And actually, I don't want to end this line because I'm going to add something else to it. So I'm actually I am going to add something else, but it's going to be, and it is a weekday. I know that's silly, but that's how we're going to do it. And then we can copy this very easily. Oh, we're going to do a break, meaning it will end. That's almost like it'll end the if statement there instead of continuing on. Okay, so this could be 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and it's better if it's lined up. Whoops. I would line it up under the system.out.println line. That is more standard. I think it's easiest to read that way. And then case 6. Obviously, the day of the week needs to be changed. Tuesday. Friday. Paste. Not case 1, case 6. Day of the week is Saturday, and it is a weekend day. This weekday should probably be 2 different words. Okay. Copy, paste, 7. Okay. So then you would do default colon system.out.println invalid day of the week. Okay. So the important thing you need to know with the switch statement is knowing where to put that there's a colon right here. There's, just like every other condition, there's no semicolon here. This will start the switch statement, and this will end the switch statement, and then there's a break. And now if you, let's go ahead and run this and show what we can do here. 5 should be Friday, and it is a weekday. Okay, and if it's 7, it's Sunday, it's a weekend. 8 would be invalid day of the week. And then, actually, I put a period there. Okay, now, if the break was not there, okay, it would not stop. If I just pushed 1, it would print every single day of the week. So if you notice that there is, all of these get printed out, if that's the case, if you put the breaks in. So how we can use that and manipulate it so to our advantage actually is if I just wanted to know, only want to know if it's a weekday or weekend. Say I was I'm working for a company and they want to know if they deserve overtime, or if they don't. I could take out system.out.println, take all these out, okay, and then I just actually cut this and move this to the day 5, paste, put a break in there. Now if I pick 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, it will go all the way down, and then it'll go till the break. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will print weekday. And say you wanted to program something that said if it's on the weekend they get overtime, they get double, or they get one and a half pay. Well, then you would want to know whether it's a weekday or a weekend or a holiday or what have you. And so a switch statement can be a great way to do that. So here I pick 1, it'll just tell me it's a weekday. If I pick 6, it'll tell me it's a weekend. If I pick 3, it'll tell me it's a weekday. Okay, so that's the basics of switch statements. I'd practice doing it a few times. Just doing it one time, you'll forget exactly how this is set up. But knowing the fact that the break is where it stops, is where it ends, so it'll keep reading, break. If you put 1 in there or 2, it'll read all the way down until the break. Same with 6, it'll read all the way down to the break. Is very important, as well as knowing the setup for the colon in the case, how to set up, just how to word it, how to set everything up. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I hope you go forward using switch statements instead of doing if, else if, else if, else if, else if. Okay, thanks for watching. Until next time.